capacity to ride above the fear of death. It means you have attributed importance to an existence beyond this one. It means you have a hope of another existence. You have a hope of a city far beyond the stars. It means you know there is something of eternal glory that supersedes what I have in this current one. And so if they take this from me, it's a quick route to enter a celestial realm. If you live for yourself, you will fear death all your life. If you live for Christ, you will embrace death anytime. Any man who lives for a cause bigger than him, and this cause is Christ, the moment you live for Christ, death has no power over you again, because your choice, your interests are always to serve the cause of the master. My life is not my own. They say one uncle said by December that somebody will die. Listen. There is a way you walk like a living dead, and people come around you trying to provoke that atmosphere of fear. And I will give you that illustration again. What can you threaten a dead man with? If you have not been to the mortuary before, you will not understand what I'm telling you. When people are dead, you will see Sisi with fair skin, with attachment that she just braided. You will see her naked, and she's not aware that she's naked. No, a dead man has no We are dead to this world. Unfortunately, many people are alive to many passions. So when Satan comes, he has something to explore. It was Jesus that says, the prince of this world cometh and finds nothing. Dead to the world. Meanwhile, it is this realm of death. This is where you qualify for life. Because it is only men who go to death, they taste resurrection. The resurrection power is only available to those who die, until a corn of wheat falls to the ground and die. I'm sharing this with you again tonight. You have an opportunity by yourself, because if you keep your life, you will lose it. It takes death to come alive. Honor, fit for the master's use. Listen, let me ask you a question. If Jesus wants to show his love, show his power of providence, and extend a helping hand to a people in need, which vessel will he use? If God wants to show power and challenge the ordinance of captivity that has kept the people down, which vessel will he use? Meanwhile, it's not every vessel that can do the same thing. Hey, there are electric vessels that have different capacities. Different wires have different capacities. There are wires that are used for wiring of houses. There are other wires with higher capacities. They are not used for wiring houses. They are used to carry current directly from the power producing plant to supply cities and nations. This is how the capacity God can do business with you, is to what degree you die. Your death is directly proportional to your capacity in God. If you die enough, God have enough space. And so death is ingredients. Many of us, you are dead in the area of relationship and marriage. You have sold your will to God and say, anybody you choose, I believe. But you are not dead in finance. You are still much alive. In finance, your common sense rules over everything, and God has no say. Tonight, I repeat it again. Everybody must look around their life and tell the Lord, I give you absolute control. Absolute control. Access. How do you overcome the fear of death? If you are writing, you overcome the fear of death by living for Christ. Men who live for themselves are always afraid to die. Just imagine, it means the moment you leave this realm, you are entering a realm where you have no guarantee. It says, do not store up treasure in this world where thieves and rot and moth can corrupt and break into it. It says, store up for yourself treasures in heaven. So it means while you are alive, there must be a conscious effort to deposit deposit resources, deposit wealth, deposit inheritance in the world beyond. This is what you do when you win souls. You win souls to have a legacy in the world to come. It was Daniel that says, them that win souls, they are wise. He says they will shine like the firmament of heaven. Anybody who knows that there is a world, there is a reality beyond this life, their decisions will not always be measured into the now. You will live for that world too. Wherever you are, just bow your head in 1 minute. Ask the Lord, Lord, rid me of the fear of death tonight, that I live for your will, and I come to a place where I too can say, for me to live is Christ. Lord, at the end of the adventure called life, let my life be summarized with one statement: he lived for Christ. He lived for Christ. Every fear of death that is a product of a lack of death around my life, Lord, I lay it down. I lay it down. I lay it down. Make sure you are talking to God where you are. I'm saying you should pray because of the seasons that are ahead of you, so that you don't deny Jesus tomorrow. Some of you, is not a threat to life that will make you deny him. The slightest inconvenience, the slightest financial struggle, and you will deny your maker. Tonight you will tell him, give me power over the fear of death, that I come to a point where the totality of my life is dedicated to serving your will. I would waste upon your altar, I would waste following you. At the end, that's all the world would say of me. There's so many things to follow, but I live following you. In life or in death, I am yours. It's a vow. I would waste upon your altar, I would waste following you. At the end, to live. Until you are dead, you will not know the priorities of spiritual things. If you are not dead, the mundane will attract you all the time. Only dead men have the right perspective. Sometimes at deathbeds, that's where people come into an understanding of what matters in life, because they ran from pillar to post all through their days under the sun. But when it came to the moment of transition, they saw what truly matters. There were people that were away from family for a long time chasing money, but they realized at the last minute of transition that all these things will not count. It is what you did to your fellow man. The legacies you are leaving behind are people who would remember you. Not money, not cars. Strangers will share it and your legacy will be lost forever. Not houses, they will become outdated very soon. There's nothing outside God that can give you an inheritance in the New Jerusalem. This is why a life spent in the work of God is a life well spent. A season came in my life where the pressure became too much. It looked like I was failing. The more I was loving Jesus, I was failing. And the devil made sure there were people to vocalize it to my ear, including those I hold in high regard. Their opinion meant so much to me. And they will call me from time to time and say, the way you are going, you are failing in life. You are failing. Better. Hey, I went to take a teaching job. Because as soon as I left campus, the Lord gave me this mandate. When I took a teaching job, I joined it with ministry. So if you are a teacher here, You are the only one that can understand what I'm about to say. I will take 5 subjects every day. I will do teaching plan. I will do lesson note.